Hey y'all, I'm uh I'm just gonna chop it up with my people real quick. I had I don't really know what to call it, an encounter last night online, and if I can communicate this properly, maybe it'll give somebody an idea on how to get through to these people, because the style or the version of blind that these people are. I mean, it really, I'm speechless. I can't. So, before I woke up, I invested some money in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency because, as a sleeping sheep, I learned about cryptocurrency. Now, when I was a sleeping sheep, I still knew that this system wasn't right. Like, I've never had money, you know. So when I got a little bit of money, I wanted to turn that little bit of money into way more money because I've never had any money ever in my life. So I invested in cryptocurrency after finding out what it was all about. And the way it's in a perfect world, what it's supposed to be is a way for you and me to do our own banking. So it can be a store of value like gold. Not exactly like gold, I'm just saying in a way similar to gold. It could be a store of value. You can also use it amongst each other as a currency because it does work as a currency. Once you learn about it, it's not just a Ponzi scheme. Yes, it is a Ponzi scheme. I know that. All right, I understand that anything you invest in is a Ponzi scheme, with the exception of maybe land. But, even though that's not a Ponzi scheme, you're still getting fucked. It doesn't matter. It's not yours. If you got to keep paying taxes, you stop paying taxes, they'll come and take your shit with guns. So I understand that it's not on the up and up. And now I also understand, a lot of it's coded. And so not every time does it mean that something is coded. Sometimes it is a coincidence, but I'm not going to gamble on coincidence. Like, I'm just going to have to roll assuming that the Illuminati got a hold of that shit too. So understand that I know, what it is that we're dealing with here. But I still got money invested in it, and I happened to invest in it when the price was high, and now the price went lower than that. So what the fuck am I supposed to do? you know? So I'm stuck in it as far as that's concerned. And, but so I'm in crypto. And, if the people ever do rise up and stand together, and we keep some semblance of technology and electricity and all that kind of stuff, if it's people doing what it is that they want to do, doing what works best for them, cryptocurrency doesn't have to be a bad thing. It doesn't have to be something that's traded like a stock. That's the Ponzi scheme part of it. you know, the actual technology, quote unquote, behind it and the ideal of it, those could be legit. They could be used for legit purposes. And I'm not going to make this into some big cryptocurrency class right now because I'm not even the one to give it. But it could work to help people. All right, we wouldn't have to be carrying around lumps of gold and silver so we could trade with each other. Anyways, so I'm in crypto. Like any other YouTubers, as soon as I realize somebody's a shill or full of shit or whatever, I typically stop watching. It's the same with crypto. I was subbed to tons of crypto YouTubers, and now I'm subbed to two guys because they keep it real. One of them just started a Discord channel, and I was talking to this dude last night. Really, it was a couple of people, but the one in particular was the main problem. And so I go on to this Discord channel, and they're all talking about the virus. So, I didn't go in hot. I didn't go in mad mag on them. I also don't really have it in me to sugarcoat typically. Sometimes I don't know. Sometimes something blesses my tongue and I'm able to sugarcoat things nicely, but that's not on purpose. Like, I'm usually not good at that. So I probably came off a little bit some kind of way, but we wound up I forget exactly what brought it on, but the guy actually brought up the 3 to 5% mortality rate, and I don't know what it is that he's listening to, but I'm assuming it's a he, maybe it's a she. It's so illogical, I don't even know how to explain it because I don't remember exactly word for word what the person said. And there's been so much chat that I can't get back to it. Every time somebody sends a new chat, it just brings me right back to the bottom where the new chat is. So I can't get to it. But his math and his logic was wrong. Not that it was his. He was parroting some version of media. But his point was if we weren't doing the social distancing and we weren't doing the wearing of the masks and all this nonsense, then the death rate, the mortality rate for this, which according to, anyways, he was saying that it would go from 3 to 5% to 10% to 20 to 30. And it doesn't work like that. You would just have the more people that get infected, you would just have a higher number of dead, but it should still be within the 3 to 5%. That percentage shouldn't change. You would just, if you have 1 million people that get it and it's a 3 to 5% kill rate, then I don't know, whatever that is, 30,000 are going to die, 50,000. But then if you have 10 million people get it, that doesn't mean that the percentage is going to go up. Why would that be? The percentage should still be 3 to 5%. If you go up to 10 million, now you just add a zero to that 30 or 50,000. I don't even know if that's right. Maybe it's 3,000, whatever. So in my argument against that, which, I mentioned, I tried to mention briefly because, typing all that sucks, especially on a phone. I don't have a computer. I tried to mention that logic and math, it doesn't work like that. You would just have a higher number, not a higher percentage. And then I mentioned that it's not even 3 to 5%, that's wrong. That was just a fear-mongering number that was thrown out there. And then when you read the actual medical publications that talk about this stuff, you'll see the real numbers. So here's the problem. Here's the whole point of this long-ass rambly video. The guy insisted on me providing a source for me saying it was more like 0.1 to 0.3. And I said that the New England Journal of Medicine, which that's where we are right now, and the Los Angeles County Health Department, or whatever they're called, they also just recently released a study in April. This is from March 26th of 2020. The Los Angeles County whatever released a study, and I know it's all bullshit, but they're going off these numbers. So I'm trying to trip them up on with their own sources, you know. So I give him this. He insists. I took my time, and I found this article right here for him instead of him doing it. You know, I told him, I said, New England Journal of Medicine, March 26th, 2020, Dr. Anthony Fauci. I watched a video on it. So I know, I saw it. I didn't have to, I already knew it was there. So I found it for him. I even took a snapshot. I did one of these numbers right here, took a snapshot of it, and I highlighted the parts that were pertinent. Look. Boy, I hope there's nothing embarrassing. Look, this is what I did for him. You see? So let me just read this real quick. In another article in the journal, Guan et al. Report mortality of 1.4% among 1,099 patients with laboratory-confirmed COVID-19. These patients had a wide spectrum of disease severity. If one assumes that the number of asymptomatic or minimally symptomatic cases is several times as high as the number of reported cases, the case fatality rate may be considerably less than 1%. This suggests that the overall clinical consequences of COVID-19 may ultimately be more akin to those of severe seasonal influenza, which has a case fatality rate of approximately 0.1%. Blah, 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 fucking blah. So here's the problem. That should be a slam dunk. There's no... I'm so baffled right now. Like I'm reliving this moment. This dude, and then another person even chimed in. This is when they chimed in, was right in this moment. What they saw was seasonal influenza and stopped reading any other words. Didn't even look for a word like B or 2 or A. They kept saying, dude, it's talking about seasonal influenza. Are you stupid? This is what they were saying to me. And I'm typing away. I'm like flying, typing as fast as I can. I'm pissed. I'm like, I spend my time getting this for you and you don't even read it. I highlighted just a couple of sentences for you to read and you won't even read all of it so that you can get the context of what this is saying? So I spelled it out. I typed a response, apparently to both of these people, that explained exactly what this is. This suggests that the overall clinical consequences of COVID-19, dumbass, may ultimately be more akin to those of a severe seasonal influenza, which has a case fatality rate of approximately 0.1%. That comment that I left, that one was also completely ignored. Again, the retort for that was, this is talking about the seasonal influenza. I ended it with, if you're not even going to read, basically my last comment was, if you're not even going to read the title of the publication that I sent to you, that I spent my time sending to you, then why did you even ask for a source? Dumb on. And I left because, like, I was getting anxiety, and if I can't punch a motherfucker in the face that's earned one, what are we talking about here? You know? So I got heated just thinking about that motherfucker. I don't know how we combat that. I don't know how we combat. I mean, there's so many aspects to how this should be a slam dunk. It's fucking Anthony Fauci. You can go. Again, I know he's a scumbag. But these people tout the numbers that he spits when he's standing next to Donald Trump. No, none of them wearing a mask. On CNN, ABC, Fox News, Breitbart, fucking whatever. So they'll listen to this fool when he's on TV, but they will not read even a sentence of an article. They won't even read the fucking headline. I hope I portrayed this to you guys right, because I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I shouldn't have been so surprised by that situation, and I should have thought to just record it at the time. But, you know, what do you want? I'm the best YouTuber in the world. So, I don't know. That's a version of cognitive dissonance that, if you make a point to somebody, they ask you for the source, you provide it, they read it, and they say, yeah, you know what, I just don't believe this. That's one thing. Like, they at least accepted the fact that you did provide a source that destroys their current argument. And all you've got to go back on is, yeah, but I don't believe this particular publication. I'm going to believe the other one. Well, whatever. I'm not going to be heated about that. Not heated. I'm going to be aggravated because you ain't fucking getting it still. But at least you tried. You know what I mean? Like, maybe that person down the road, maybe they'll chew on that in a couple of days and then go searching around for some more truth and find, you know what I mean? Like, that person's at least what do we do with people who ask for a source and then won't? So this is that same person, and we must know tons of people like this, but that same person, you're going to send them a video. They're going to hear something in the first 30 seconds they don't like. They're going to shut it off. You're going to watch the whole video to get the fucking point. Most of the time. So that's happening. And it's like, we can't just give up on all of them. Because then we don't have the numbers. Then it's 1% versus 1%. Guess what? That 1% is stocked to the gills. And we're fucking broke. Hey. How many you people you think like us, those of you that are actually watching this video and still listening, how many of you think that are like us actually have good jobs according to society? You know what I mean by that. Like a good paying, legit. How many? I don't think many. Those people don't want their status quo upset. You make $200,000 a year for long enough, you're going to have bills to go along with that $200,000 a year. So, and like most people, you're probably going to live beyond your means. So what the fuck are you going to do? You're going to hear a video like the mag. It's undeniable. I don't know. I can't think of an example, but he's got tons of videos. You know, not every one of his is solid gold. They're all good and entertaining. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, some of them, he crushes a topic in some videos. I mean, just mollywops that motherfucker. Those people are going to hear that, and they're going to dismiss it on purpose because when they go to work, they make a shit ton of money. And they get to go on vacations, and their kids do all this fancy stuff, and they don't ever have to even worry about it. How many people like that you think are willing to say, yeah, you know what? I'm going to have to give all this up. It ain't right. Those people are going to have it taken from them. They ain't just willingly giving it up. It can't be 1% versus 1%. Our 1% is comprised of class clowns, ADD. Don't get me wrong. Excuse me. Burping on YouTube. Don't get me wrong. I got nothing but love for all of you. I'm not judging any of you. Yeah, you know you're in the right place. All right? It might have been difficult from when you were a kid till now, but I know it was for me. But still, we got to wake people up, man. And if they won't even read, damn, 25 words, that's it. You don't even have to read this whole thing, which it's not even that big. It's 2 pages. Jesus. What do we do? How do you wake people up that won't even read what they asked for?